Hi everyone, welcome back to Form Therapy. This is the Culture Study. My name is Cheok PD, and today I'm going to be reacting to ITZY's new music video. This is Motto, and I'm pretty stoked for Motto because ITZY has been having a great year, haven't they? The past year has been an amazing run for them. Tunnel Vision was such a great comeback, especially the B-sides, DYT, and the phenomenal 8-Bit Heart. My God, one of the most earth-shatteringly awesome K-pop songs I've ever heard. Also, of all the things for ITZY to even go viral with, it wasn't even a recent release. It was one of their older releases with That's a No-No, as That's a No-No has been this viral dance challenge over the past few months. So congratulations to them. And then Yuna made her solo debut not too long ago with the surprisingly heartfelt and emotional synth pop dance song for Ice Cream. And her album was also dope. So things are looking up for ITZY. So I'm looking forward to Motto. Not sure what they have in store for us this time, but let's go ahead and check it out. A lot of music videos lately have been in this 4x3 perspective, huh? Wow. Wow. We are leaning way more into dance pop. I love how their sets look like paintings. That's interesting. Okay, this is a very ITZY pre-chorus.
Ready? Dive in.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible. That's awesome. Wow. I don't know if ITZY has ever just fully dived headfirst into dance pop before. That's not what I was expecting with Motto, but it's awesome. Especially what is going on coincidentally with all of these groups across K-pop suddenly delving really hard into electronic dance music this year, right? This one is especially very satisfying. Wow, what a well mixed and produced song. How long is this song? Let's take a quick look. It's around 3 minutes. Doesn't start until it's around 3 minutes. I think it's a little over 3 minutes. What a dope, satisfying song. It sounds a little Twice-esque, but that's not to say it's inherently Twice's sound. I think the best way to describe it is it's the kind of song that Twice might have done, but ITZY does it in a very ITZY sort of way. And we can talk about that in the second run through of the reaction. But when I say that, I mean that ITZY has always kind of leaned a little bit more into like these sort of less dance pop and either really kitschy tracks. I think they went a lot for the kitschy aesthetic for a while. And then most recently they have been going for a lot more of these I think actually this does make sense. They have been leaning more into dance and a lot more into electronic music. It's just not been a bright pop sound. You know, if you think about Girls Will Be Girls, Tunnel Vision, those are dance songs, just with much a darker bass. So yeah, that's very interesting. Love the music video. The music video is very pretty. The music video aesthetic, actually, even the sound itself, I was thinking a lot of, it kind of reminds me a lot of Yuna's Ice Cream music video. Her Ice Cream music video had this sort of very crafty, artistic quality set piece to her entire video. I think this video has those qualities as well. And Yuna's Ice Cream also was a dance pop song. Hers was a little bit, I think, kind of sweeter. This one is a little bit more brighter. But yeah, just really cool. Let's go ahead and check out this video and this song one more time. So what are these initial opening set pieces supposed to be? To me, they seem somewhat familiar. I don't know why. Are they previous ITZY sets? Like this one makes me think, is this Sneakers right here? Is this set supposed to be from Sneakers? I don't remember what the first one is. I don't know if that's supposed to be Tunnel Vision. The Auto Supply one, is that supposed to be Not Shy? Because they had a little bit of a Western aesthetic. The Multicolored Houses, that's either Icy or Tala Tala. And then I think this is the most recent set yet to be revealed. It's got like the castle aesthetic. I love how the beds kind of look like diving boards. The way they stick out and how long they are. Okay, so let me listen to these lyrics. I'm trying to understand if there's any specific aesthetic, what the aesthetic sort of, I don't know, motif is for this music video. So I'm going to try to actively figure that out while we're watching. So obviously one of the things that sticks out about this music video the most is the fact that there is a sort of painting quality to their backdrop sets, right? So if you look at the backdrop set, you can see like the acrylic brushstrokes. So they look like these old acrylic paintings. So those brushstrokes, especially painting the sky like that, looks super gorgeous. Then what is up with the castle motif and aesthetic, and then what is up with these sort of, they look like vintage Oldsmobiles melting in what? There are little jellyfish right here, and then in this previous shot there is a shot of Yuna in, there's a previous shot of Yuna here somewhere. You've got Yuna right here, and then there's this shadow of the giant jellyfish going by. I love the way they showcased, like, it looks like she's lying on top of the ocean right here, but it's actually like this sheen, like silver, multicolored rainbow silk type of material, and the light reflecting off of it makes it look like it's water. That's really cool. Broken piece of a building. It's swinging around and it's burning. Why? Now she's hanging on the jellyfish.
Ready? Dive it.
Okay, so there is some kind of intentionality to this music video. It's meant to have a bit of an aquatic aesthetic to it. So it looks like the beds looking like diving boards was not just like a random observation. The beds looking like diving boards, I think, were intentional, given that Eugen says dive in. Something I noticed about the castles as well, they have an ombre painting aesthetic to the lower half of it, where it looks like it's almost like an ocean painted onto it, right? So I think there is this constant motif of them being above water. So that's a big part of it. They're standing above water. You see Yeji on top of these cars, and as she's like walking by, she's trying not to fall into the water. Got me to trance, bring me back with your voice. Like fate, I'm fallen. Here she's sitting on top of this aquarium tank of some kind with these jellyfish. And then she actually dives in. She actually dives in when she says, come on, dive in. And then the parts where they're dancing right here, again, they're using those silk sheets to make it look like they're in the ocean, like in the water. God, I love the aesthetic of this music video. The set pieces going forward into verse 2 have this feeling more of, they look like they looked like acrylic paintings, like they were inside a painting. Now it looks like they're actually in a stage production, like a stage play of some kind. Like the water and the fire looks extra fake, you know, they look like they're almost like cardboard cutouts. You have instead of just like the painting of the sun in the sky, you have Ryujin quite literally holding it up. But the way that they animate the fire, and they also animate the stars in the background so that they slightly twinkle as well. So that's also a nice, interesting touch. Rather than just a physical set, it's half physical, half digital. It's really cool. Same here with the sun that Ryujin is holding. They've got it painted, but then they're also animating it actively. What is with the aesthetic of the jellyfish? Why is this such a recurring theme? All right, what does hers say? Most real. Don't hesitate, go way up, yeah. Every day, never look back, yeah. My meaning resents. What does the apron say? I am the most real. There was like a stalking. I think that's present. Live in the present, probably. Live in the present. Ready? Dive in. Even these, even those trailers that they're sitting on right here, that same color background of it being half blue, like the water underneath. So what I love about this bridge, when we get into this bridge, it feels like after this huge dance break, everything sort of quiets down. It feels like the song is getting really raw. It's like stripping away all of the really active instrumental stuff, and it feels a little intimate. And then they showcase these solo shots of the members with very like bare makeup. Like, my God, look at Ryujin right here. I thought when I saw this the first time, I thought, damn, she looks gorgeous. But it makes this moment feel so vulnerable, so that when they suddenly bring that heavy set of instruments back in, it's such a huge juxtaposition, but it feels like a big swell of emotion, kind of like you're being consumed by the tide. Like, I feel like the water motif is not present in the song. It's something that is only in the music video, but the idea that they came up with it for the music video really complements the song really well. And this moment right here, I feel like, is a really great example of it. It's like when the sea is gentle and calm, and then suddenly there's this great big wave that comes back. I love the synth right here in that bridge section. Oh. You know, I still don't have a full grasp at the artistic direction of it. Part of it looks like a theater set, like quite literally like a stage play set. Part of it looks a little very whimsical. It's got this whimsical fantasy artistic element to it that feels a little kind of like the art style of The Little Prince, but also this sort of Wes Anderson sort of aesthetic, whether it's Fantastic Mr. Fox or like the Grand Budapest Hotel. If you've seen either of those movies, they have this very strange, surreal, artistic look that I feel like parts of the like set building and set aesthetic kind of is reminiscent of that. But that doesn't explain, like, I feel like what the intention is. And I feel like that's a little bit lost on me, unfortunately. It's a great song. And that's not to say that I think the song failed or that the art department failed, just because I didn't catch the meaning of the music video underneath, like, of what Motto is trying to tell me. That it just means that, like, I couldn't figure it out, or just might be a little bit more deeply crafted and layered. But I'm trying to put it together in my head with what I've seen and the lyrics, but I don't quite get it. So let me do like a quick Google search to see what it's about. Okay, looking it up, there was no way that I was going to figure this out on my own. So the reason why it was a little bit hard for me to figure out is because the way that they go about the art style in the music video is a little bit open. It's a little bit more open-ended. And I think unless you have a little bit of a clue going in, it's a little hard to figure out. So, first off, the song for Motto itself. Motto is a deeply personal song about overcoming self-doubt and protecting your identity in a judgmental world. It serves as a love letter to fans, emphasizing how trusting yourself and your loved ones can guide you through emotional darkness. Very specifically for the music video. The music video matches the upbeat nature of the pop track with colorful, dreamlike, and surreal imagery to represent a world where devotion and connection thrive. I don't know where I was going to figure that out watching this, of that the whole point of the surreal imagery is to represent a world where devotion and connection thrive. The song tackles devotion and the feeling of diving completely into someone else. It shows how the trust and love shared between the five members and their fans give them the confidence and encouragement to keep going. Okay, so it seems like this one, where most K-pop groups have like a song that is a fan letter, typically a B-side. They have one, they have several, but they have one very specifically titled To Mitzi. But it seems like this title track in particular is dedicated to their fans. Motto being quite literally about them saying, you guys are our motto. You guys are the reason we are doing what we do, and you, like, doing what we do is our declaration of this is our motto. This is the way we live, and we live for you, and that is the point of Motto. So knowing that, first off, the surrealism and the imagery of everything feeling very dreamlike, I think makes a lot of sense, in that it's supposed to be like this very dreamy, safe space. And I think the castle aesthetic and motif is that in and of itself. Is it almost this like protective area, this protective fandom that they've built around and for each other. The aquatic aesthetics, the water aesthetics is quite literally more so a visual metaphor for connecting with fans, connecting with anyone. If you see literally in the shot when Ryujin says dive in the first verse, after she dives in, what happens? You then see Yeji and I think it's Yuna, or it's like Yeji and Yuna, or Yeji and Leah, or Yeji and someone. They're like dancing in the like it's Yeji and Yuna. They're like dancing in like the dark space with like underwater with like this with the silk blankets. That's kind of like them talking about that. That's not talking about them visually showing a metaphor of that's the connection, dancing together, connecting together, almost like when you go to a concert and you see them dancing on stage and you dance while watching them. And so yeah, that's it's a very, I think, heavy symbolic music video, and filled with a lot of either symbolic imagery or metaphors that I think is going to be very meaningful for hardcore ITZY fans. So that was very, very cool. And it's a great way to do a dance pop song too. I think that's what I really loved about Yuna's Ice Cream. What surprised me about Ice Cream was how heartfelt it was. And it's why I really like something like Les Seraphim's Celebration over something like Eyelet's It's Me, which there's nothing wrong with Eyelet's It's Me other than that it's short. But I loved the meaning of Celebration, of how it was about in the music video, it was like all these different creatures, and it's a creature party, and like people who are different all celebrating their differentials. And I like when you're able to connect dance pop and celebrating into something that is very emotional, that is very almost like reclaiming a sort of power, or celebrating something about yourself that feels expressive and free. And so Motto is a dance pop song that is almost a celebratory love song between ITZY and their fans. So really dope, really cool. Just my type of dance song. Guys, thank you for tuning in to my reaction to ITZY's Motto. Let me know, what did you guys think about Motto? Hit me up in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this and you want to see some more, guys, you can always head on over to my Patreon. So on the Patreon, I do bonus reactions. As I mentioned, I previously did a listening party for their Tunnel Vision album, which is incredible. I freaking loved DYT, and it blew my mind listening to 8-Bit Heart. And they are now releasing their 12th mini album. Can you friggin' believe it? Their 12th mini album in their career for Motto. And so I will definitely be doing a listening party for that. I typically film the same month and then release it as scheduled content the following month. So Motto will be released in June, but in the meantime, you can go ahead and check my schedule for any other type of content. I have a free schedule that's pinned to my main page where you can check and see if any of the content we're releasing this month interests you. Of course, you don't have to support the channel monetarily if you don't want to. You can always just simply like the video down below. You can go over here. There's a like button right down there or somewhere. And you can also subscribe over here. I react to more K-pop music videos all the time. So if you want to be notified when I do, make sure to hit the notification bell as well. And you can check out my other videos in the upper hand corners. And that's going to be it for me. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.